remember Hitler.
He's a Hitler.
We're back when the Nazis invaded.
Johnny, world leaders back in, say, the middle of last century, they seem to have more dignity, more bloody, dignity, Johnny. Dignity is the word you're looking for, and one of those, especially one of those, was Dwight D. Eisenhower, back in the late 50s and early bloody 60s.
Guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Oh, Dwight. Oh, yeah, Dwight. Yeah, Dwight, he was in charge of the US when it was really pretty hairy. Starting to get hairy with the Cold War and all that sort of stuff. Well, I suppose there are a couple of people that Dwight met with, Johnny, that were very interesting indeed. Who did he meet? Well, one of them was Valiant Thor. Valiant Thor? Johnny, who the hell is Valiant Thor? Yeah, Valiant Thor. Now, the story goes, I'd never heard of him either, Johnny. The story goes that one day in this field, in Midwest America, wherever it was, a spaceship came down to land in a field. Bear with me, Johnny, a spaceship came down to land. And yeah, well, it is there. And some cops, they came from the local shitty little police station there.
Spacecraft landed in a field in Alexandria, Virginia. 2 local police officers arrived on the scene. The door of the craft slowly opened. The officers drew their guns, not sure what to expect. To their surprise, out walked a normal-looking guy. He smiled at the stunned officers and actually waved hello. And before the policeman could say a word, the stranger said, in clear English, "I need to see the president."
Oh, Johnny, I think I know it sounds like bullshit, Johnny, but this is how the story goes. Eventually, he got to the Pentagon and he got to the White House, where he actually had a meeting with good old Dwight.
Economic, political.
And what did Dwight say? And Dwight, he sort of took him seriously, apparently, or semi-seriously.
That Thor and his alien colleagues had come from the planet Venus and were part of an intergalactic high council, but that the council had supposedly seen the United States drop their nuclear bombs during World War II and had grown concerned. It was then explained to strangers by Thor that their arrival on Earth signaled the start of a 3-year mission to advise humanity away from total destruction.
So he was going to impart his knowledge on Venus.
Possible. The entire surface is permanently shrouded in clouds made of poisonous sulfur dioxide.
Venus's clouds rain sulfuric acid, but the atmosphere is so hot the rain evaporates in midair, generating a haze of sulfuric acid over 10 miles thick.
As you exit the haze, the temperature is 600 degrees Fahrenheit, and the pressure is 10 times greater than at sea level here on Earth.
Now he just comes down from Venus and can walk around and breathe the air. That's nothing like the atmosphere on Venus. Ooh.
Valiant Thor's mission is to save mankind, specifically to help mankind return to God.
He stayed at the Pentagon apparently for 3 years.
It's then claims that Thor really did stay at the Pentagon for the next 3 years.
This bloke came down from outer space because how's everything going at the Pentagon, someone might ask. And they'd have to say, oh yeah, going pretty good. And then someone might ask him, have you got any aliens living at the Pentagon? And they'd have to say, no, there's no aliens living at the Pentagon for 3 years. Well, I suppose there are some things that are pretty hard to bloody explain.
That the Intergalactic High Council's wider purpose here was to help humans return to the values of Jesus Christ, who it said was also an alien from outer space.
A normal-looking guy.
This is how the story goes, Johnny. And apparently, Valiant Thor, he was responsible for giving NASA a whole lot of bloody technical information that helped them develop all this bloody shit they had to develop for the Apollo bloody missions. That's how they come up with all this bloody stuff in seemingly no time. Johnny, that's bullshit. Surely. But that's just one story, Johnny, in the whole intertwined narrative of space vehicles and flying saucers and all that sort of shit. Johnny, are you expecting us to believe this shit? So, Johnny, it's certainly an interesting topic to think about. I'm sure our millions of viewers out there will be bloody keying in Valiant Thor and doing their own research on this particular individual. Well, yeah.